You have 3 minutes to speak. And if you want to talk about the trees, it has to be within that 3 minutes.
Okay, so good morning, or actually good afternoon now, members of the committee. My name is Anna Gaisley and my family owns Coton Orchard, where the 12 Bramley apple trees under consideration for this provisional tree preservation order are located. While I did not submit the application, I fully support the TPO due to the tree's significant historical, ecological and environmental value. The tempo assessment of these trees scored a 16, indicating they definitely merit a tree preservation order under the guidelines. These trees are recognised as veteran and noble and are in fact all 12 listed as ancient trees in the Woodland Trust Ancient Tree Inventory and have been the subject of conservation-focused management for decades. As the current custodian of this site, I can confirm that we have no issues adhering to the requirements of a TPO, nor would we invoke exemptions for fruit production to override the protection it provides. The orchard is under a covenant with the National Trust, so we have operated under similar restrictions without difficulty. I would like to address the concern that the TPO alone cannot protect the trees if the Transport and Works Act order for the Camborne to Cambridge busway is granted. Firstly, the implication that the TWAO is inevitable is not accurate. There is a diverse and organised coalition led by Cambridge past, present and future actively challenging the proposal, which remains highly contentious. Groups such as the Woodland Trust, Wildlife Trust, experts and local campaign organisations have raised serious environmental and fiscal concerns. Moreover, CPPF has presented a viable in-highway alternative to the GCP routing through Coton Orchard, demonstrating that granting of a Transport Works Act order is far from a done deal. Currently, 23,300 people have signed a petition opposing the development and advocating for alternative routes that would preserve this important site. Secondly, while it is true that a TPO alone cannot guarantee the tree's survival, it is a vital tool in the arsenal for protecting them. To refuse to protect something simply because it may still face risk is illogical. The loss of these trees would have a significant impact on both the local environment and biodiversity at a global level. These trees support a delicate ecosystem, including species listed as globally threatened. Removing them would contribute to the erosion of biodiversity and undermine the ecological health of the region. The argument that the public must have direct sight of the trees to benefit them fundamentally misses the point. These trees provide benefits that extend beyond visibility. They enhance biodiversity, support pollinators critical to food security, and provide habitats for migratory species that connect the region to ecosystems worldwide. Their value lies not just in their visibility, but in the life they sustain and the environmental stability they help maintain. In conclusion, I urge the committee to approve the TPO on its merits. Protecting these trees would demonstrate the Council's commitment to safeguarding vital natural and cultural resources. A TPO may not be the only solution, but it is a critical step towards ensuring these trees are preserved for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gaisley. Members, I just need to point out that the matters that Miss Gaisley has mentioned to do with the Camborne to Cambridge busway, you need to just, that is not relevant to this application. We are looking about the trees in their own right, their own merit and their own value as an amenity and trees that might wish to be, we might wish to consider preserving in their own right. Okay, thank you very much. Right, so, no, sorry, I'm sorry, you've spoken. The next speaker, I'm sorry, sorry, I don't know if you're Miss or Mrs., but thank you very much for your speech. Good to hear what you have to say. If members had any questions of Ms. Gaisley, I apologise.
Sure, have to
Do you want to, sorry, would you like to come back and then members can ask you a question and you'll have the microphone available. Sorry, Councillor Khan.
There's been some discussion about translocation, and if not knowing what the decision will be on the busway, if the busway is given permission, would you be objecting to translocation onto of the trees that would be affected onto your property? Just as context.
To answer your question, and thank you for raising the question and giving me a chance to answer, is because it's not that we would object, I definitely wouldn't object, it's that these trees, because they're ancient, the hollowing of the tree itself makes them very fragile. One of them is the second largest ever recorded in the British Isles, and these 12 core trees have a very complex network of rooting systems in the soil, connected by mycorrhizal fungi, that you can't just scoop one out and sever all those connections, lift it up and translocate it somewhere else. So it's not our willingness to allow that, it's the fact that these are ancient ladies that have stood and witnessed history. They can't just be scooped up and put somewhere else. They would just die.
Okay, thank you. I can't see any